In the
Life.
On June 9th, 1992, In the Life was first broadcast.
Light in the loafers.
If you sing in the choir,
Then you are in the life.
Kate Clinton was our host.
Thank you. What a way to come out.
It was the early 90s, and it was really very radical to do what we were doing.
Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, gosh, not another show on gays and lesbians on television.
It was great to be the first host. And I don't really think I knew the import of it because it was so crazy busy backstage. I mean, Julie Taymor had nothing on John Scagliotti. He had everything planned. He packed a variety show.
My then boyfriend, Giuseppe, and I were in the very top row. So the idea that I would then go from sitting in the audience to then being a correspondent for the show to now sitting here and talking about it 20 years later, really, it means I'm getting old.
Very little material had been on public television. To have a voice, this was a major leap.
Oh, that piece of film, Vito and I made that in 1983.
Todd and Martha.
This historic public television broadcast was quickly met with opposition.
It seems that the broadcasting apologists are hiding behind Big Bird, Mr. Rogers, and Masterpiece Theater, laying down their quality smokescreen while they shovel out funding for gay and lesbian variety shows.
Bob Dole called us out on the floor of Congress, saying that we were hiding behind this smokescreen to slip in these horrific gay images.
Daddy and his roommate are very happy together, and I'm happy too. These are the two copies that were out on the shelves. They are now in my possession, and librarian, you're not getting them back.
The right always has us at the center of their crosshairs in the culture wars, and especially in the early 90s, when we as a community, and In the Life, documenting this movement of our community saying, no, we are not going to be silent, we will not be invisible, we want our American rights.
As time went along, the folks who are running In the Life decided the gay community needs news.
The feeling here today is incredible. There's a true sense of unity.
We have come out to reach out across America.
The gay community needs to know what's happening with it.
Act up! Fight back! Fight AIDS!
Not just in New York or in Washington or LA, but in other places around the country. You're letting people know in Ohio or in Kansas or Texas or wherever that they're gay people. There are gay people everywhere.
It was the first authentic programming produced by LGBT people for LGBT people. You know, it never went through the filters of big broadcast. It really was kind of homespun. It got right into the grassroots. It got right into the nitty-gritty of what LGBT life was like, what the issues were that we confronted over the last couple of decades.
I think the function of In the Life has been to show an LGBT world and an LGBT point of view of the world that is an invitation to come out.
Welcome to In the Life, America's news magazine on gay.
This shift to a news magazine allowed the show not only to profile the lives of LGBT people,
the first open lesbian appointed to a federal bench,
but to also counter messaging of the radical right.
The gay movement is the spear point in the culture war against the Judeo-Christian value system.
We were trying to counter the images that were being put out there about us, that we're sick and we're sinful and we're destroying our children.
I wrote Alfie's Home to let children, teens, adults, educators, and therapists know that the possibility of changing from homosexual to heterosexual exists.
We did not accept the debate that the rest of the mainstream was accepting, which is that somehow homosexuals, gay people, whatever, were no good.
Black lesbians, I don't know who put that, let that one go by, but somebody should have been all over that.
If we accept the homosexual agenda, we will be destroying the integrity of the marriage-based family, the innocence of childhood, and indeed the very fabric of our society.
Recognizing that the struggle for LGBT equality extended beyond American borders, In the Life went global.
I was really curious, about this lesbianism. In India, we don't know much about lesbianism.
In order for gay people to make their voices heard, they make their voices heard in many ways. They don't make their voices heard only in the political arena. Those of us who survived the 80s lost hundreds of friends. We probably were walking wounded ourselves. AIDS was going to be an important part of whatever we did.
My name is Ed Ditterline, and this is John Perkins. We were lovers for 18 years. He died 3 days ago, and I'm really very sad.
AIDS did accelerate things.
And I think the culture wars are a great thing because they're a sign that we're fighting. And are people fighting against us? Yes. And I wish they were perceived more clearly as the bigots they are, as opposed to just the other side. But the fact that we are standing up and fighting is a new manifestation of us.
Act up, fight back.
To be able to capture the visceral and rightfully so anger of our community. We stood up and said, we demand the medication, we demand the attention, we demand the pharmaceutical companies to hear us, to listen, to change things.
A human chain around the Capitol to demand more leadership from elected officials.
More action now!
I would say there's probably nothing more powerful or moving than to see them unfold and to lay out the amount of quilts, one panel after another, and then to step back and see that it covered the entire mall.
It's a critical archive of our movement, of our LGBT movement.
We still live at a time that there isn't widespread capturing of gay history. So in a way, In the Life has become one of our central archives in the last century.
The In the Life archive also inspires hope through the stories of icons and allies.
The gay community has always been incredibly supportive of me from the very, very beginning.
I'm glad I'm out. The truth sets you free, that's for sure.
I'm gay.
Hi, I'm John Waters.
I'm Cherry Jones.
I'm Rosie O'Donnell.
I'm Ani DeFranco.
I'm Alan Cumming. Welcome to In the Life.
20 years later, In the Life continues to shatter stereotypes and expose injustices waged on LGBT people.
The family is the oldest and arguably most influential Christian conservative organization in Washington.
Someone's got to stand up to the religious right.
The religious right really wants a theocracy, really wants the laws of the country to reflect their often very narrow-minded religious ideas.
The religious right is wrong on a lot of the issues, or I'm sorry, not a lot of the issues, all of the issues pertaining to the community.
Expanding beyond traditional broadcast, In the Life continues to raise awareness and impact public policy.
You figure out ways to kind of skirt around the discrimination, but eventually it finds you.
Our focus is on federal policy. In the Life's focus is really on the public education. And the work we do is helped dramatically by the public education that In the Life does.
What changes laws are people's opinions.
Bullying is not a gay issue or a straight issue. It's a safety issue. It's about...
There is nothing more powerful than seeing people, seeing their worlds. If we just take gay marriage alone, every time it's a popular vote, and many times when it's just legislators, we lose. Because we haven't changed those hearts and minds. Our stories, that is what changed the New York legislator to vote for gay marriage. The only way to get rid of fear of who we are and what, supporting us is going to do is by getting to know us and hearing our stories.